Hello BookTube, hello friends, welcome to Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth, and today I finally have a book haul to show you. Now I've been talking about doing a book haul for months now, and I keep accumulating books, and they were just in a mess here in my office. And if you watched any of my Ribset vlogs, I showed my decluttering project, and I finally just took all the books out of here. Well, not these, but all the books that weren't in shelves. I took them out of here along with all the other boxes of papers and files and whatnot, and I sorted through them. I'm still working on the papers. In fact, Katie wants me to work on that today, but today I'm mainly doing laundry, and I'm in between loads. And so before I put another load in and it gets noisy in here again, I thought I want to film a quick book haul. So I've sorted out all the books that I haven't ever shown you into, I don't know, 5 or 6 categories. There is going to be a separate video for romance, one for Christian fiction, which will probably include Christian romance and also Amish themed books. I will have one for cozy mysteries, and then one for middle grade / YA, and I don't have as many of those yet, but we shall see. By the time I get around to that video, I might have more. And then this one today, which is just going to be the stuff that doesn't fit into any of those categories. I've got some, what I think are nonfiction in my hand. Well, one of them for sure is nonfiction, and the others, I don't know. These first 5 I'm going to show you were sent to me by my siblings. My sister sent me a box of books for my birthday, and one of them is nonfiction, and the others were all cozy mysteries. So I'll show you those when I do the cozy mystery book haul. But the one nonfiction book she sent me is this one called Imagine Heaven: Near-Death Experiences, God's Promises, and the Exhilarating Future That Awaits You by John Burke. And it has a foreword by Don Piper, who wrote 90 Minutes in Heaven, which is a book that my sister really enjoyed. She recommended it, and I did get it from the library way back when she first read it. And I read the first couple of chapters, and then I ended up sending it back to the library, and I never finished it. Then I eventually got my own copy, which is on my shelf somewhere, and I must get to that. I do need to finish reading that book. Anyway, she wrote a little post-it note here that says that she said this book was very interesting, that it was fairly sound as far as theology goes, as far as what she believes and probably what I believe, because I think we believe pretty much, the same thing. She said she did disagree with the author on a couple of points, but that's to be expected with any kind of book about anything to do with heaven or things that we don't know. You know, the Bible is very vague about certain aspects to do with heaven and the afterlife, and we don't know exactly how it's going to be until we get there. So anyway, she sent me this and said that it was very interesting. Then now back when she sent me this, that was for my birthday, which was November 1st. This is how long it's been since I've been needing to do a book haul. And then my brother sent me a box of books, and he had seen at least one of these on my Goodreads TBR, and so I think he probably got these off of his shelf. He was clearing out some space and sent them to me, which is great. I love that. I send my sister books all the time, and I've only sent my brother a few books, and I would love to get into a book swap situation with him too, which would be great. So one of these I have already read. I listened to it on audio, and the one that I had on my TBR that I have not read is Tuesdays with Morrie, An Old Man, a Young Man, and Life's Greatest Lesson. And all of these are going to be by Mitch Albom. I think I may have a copy of this somewhere, and it may be in my TBR jar. I'm not sure. But anyway, he sent me a total of 4 books by this author. The one I have listened to on audio is The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. I didn't love it. I didn't really know how to take it. But I'm still definitely curious about reading the other books by Mitch Albom, and so I will definitely read these. Another one that he sent me is For One More Day. I don't know anything about this one. And then he also sent me The Timekeeper. This one is nonfiction. Fiction. It says it's a novel. And the others, I think, are maybe just, well, I think Tuesdays with Morrie is more of like a memoir kind of situation. And 5 People You Meet in Heaven, I don't know how I would consider this. Kind of an essay, maybe? Is that how you would determine? Speculation? Not really that either. I don't know. How would you classify this? I don't really know. And I don't know anything about For One More Day. So anyway, thank you to my brother. His name is Clay. And my sister's name is Charla. So Charla watches my videos. Oh, and I just dropped that book. She watches my videos, and I don't know if my brother watches them or not. He was in one. One time they were both in one when we were at his house for Thanksgiving back in, what was that, 2017 maybe? I don't know. 2016? It was a long time ago. Anyway, and then my sister's been in one other one in addition to that. So thank you to them. All right, let me put these down, and I'll get the others. So then I have one book here that I bought at the Dollar Tree. I actually bought 2 copies of this, and I gave 1 copy as my White Elephant book exchange gift for our library book club Christmas party. And the book looks like a very fun book lover's book, Summer Hours at the Robbers Library by Sue Halpern. Have you guys ever seen this? Has anybody out there read this? I gave the other copy in my gift exchange, and everything went so fast, I didn't even see who ended up getting it from my library book club. So I was going to suggest to them that maybe we could buddy read it, and I'll have to go back and find out who actually ended up with the book. So this is a brand new book, and it only costs $1 from Dollar Tree, and, you know, $1. You can't beat that. And then another book that, actually the rest of these I have already read. I've listened to them on audio and loved all of them. So when I saw these, I knew I had to get them for my own collection. One of them is a Miss Julia book that I did not have. Now you can see this down here. This is my Miss Julia collection, and I have most of them. And this one is... falls somewhere about here. It's like number 13, 12 or 13, and I did not have it. I have read it, but I didn't own it. So I wanted to get that to complete my collection, and now I can add it to the shelf. Hopefully there's room. And then one of them I listened to on audio just in December or November, and I listened to the first 2 in this trilogy, and I own the third one, but haven't read it yet. These, it was November because I found these on Audible Plus, and it's by Lisa Patton, called Yankee Doodle Dixie. This one I believe is book 1 in a trilogy. The second book is Whistlin' Dixie in a Nor'easter, and then I have the third one, Southern as a Second Language. I loved this book and the second one. I thought they were fantastic. They are not what I would categorize as a romance. There is some love relationships in there, but that's not the main gist of the story at all. It's about a woman and her husband who move from the South. I think they live in Nashville or Knoxville or somewhere in Tennessee. He talks her into moving to Vermont to open an inn. And it's not what she signed up for. She gets there and she's not enjoying it. And it's just not what she hoped for. And then a series of events happen, and I don't even want to tell you because it's just so good. And it's all done with, I don't think there's any foul language. They're not what I would consider faith-based books at all. They're just clean, and yet so much happens. There's such a wide range of characters. Some characters are just despicable, and some are so likable. And I love the first 2 books in the trilogy. So when I saw this, I think I found this at a library bookstore. Katie and I were up in Orlando for a doctor appointment, and we stopped by a library that happened to be open again. Not all libraries are open from, since COVID, but this one is, and they have a little bookstore, and I found this there, and I was like, oh, I gotta get this, because this is definitely a series I would reread. I want to finish it first. I want to read the third one, but I loved this these first 2 books. So then another series that I did finish reading, it's a whole trilogy. I listened to them all consecutively, well, almost consecutively last year in 2020. I buddy read the first one with my friend Donna. She used to have a channel named Paradonna Palimpsest. It has since changed to the studio and the library. And this book, you're going to definitely be hearing from me again about this, because this was fantastic. These is my words. The Diary of Sarah Agnes Prine, 1881 to 1901. It spans a 20-year time period of this young woman. I think when this first starts, she's maybe 14, and it takes you until she's on up into her 30s, and it's so good. It is about the the early years of Arizona. It's Arizona territory when it first starts out. And this book looks more beaten up than it is because that's the way the cover is designed. However, this one does have a few... it is dog-eared a little bit, but not as much as you might think just by looking at it, because it's supposed to look like a banged-up journal. So then I found this and the sequel at a used bookstore in Gainesville, Florida. We went there back in November, right before Thanksgiving, to take Katie to visit a college and a program there that she was interested in. And they have a Second and Charles there, and I found a couple of books there, which I'll show you in another video. And there was a used bookstore that I just happened to find. I was doing a search, and I was like, oh, we got to stop there. They ended up, because I had taken a few books with me to sell, I was going to take them to Second and Charles, and they ended up taking most of them there at the used bookstore. So anyway, I found this book and the first one on the shelves, and I snatched them up. Even though I've read them before, I would read them again. This is book 2, called Sarah's Quilt. The author, did I say earlier, Nancy E. Turner, and this one does not cover our 20-year period. This one only covers maybe like a year, but it definitely goes straight from the first book into this one, continues right on with Sarah Agnes Prine. And then the third book, even before I found these, my sister had sent me a picture of the third book and said, do you have this? I think you've read it, but do you have it? And I was like, no, I don't. Well, she sent it to me, but I haven't gotten it yet. It's in that box that I may have mentioned in another video. She sent a box before Christmas that was supposed to arrive before Christmas, and it's lost in the mail. So who knows if it will ever show. Hopefully it will, as well as the cookies that she sent, which may not even be fit for my father-in-law's chickens by the time we ever get the box. But I appreciate her so much for sending me that. And so if that arrives, I will own the whole trilogy. And it's fantastic. So that's all that I'm going to show you. Those 10 books is all I have for this video. There will be more videos coming. They may be spaced out. I might wait and show you my Amish and Christian fiction. Maybe when it gets closer to Amish in April. I probably may show you the Cozy Mysteries later when it's closer to March Mystery Madness. I might show you the middle grade books when it's middle grade March. I don't know. Or I might just show them all to you now within the next week or two so that I can get them put away and put on my shelves. We shall see. And meanwhile, I've got a lot of other projects that I want to do videos about for this year. I've just got a lot of stuff that I want to show you and share with you. And I'll just film videos as the mood strikes me. So for now, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.